Hello everyone, and welcome to this next episode of the KOG, that's the Kingdom of God Entrepreneur Show. I'm your host as always, Stephen Harris, and basically I wanted to switch things up a little bit today. I know we've had this continual format of me in the Zoom screen with the green screen behind me. Sometimes I'm interviewing people, sometimes I'm doing a teaching. But this one's going to be a little bit shorter. I wanted to focus on a specific passage in the Gospels that is very important. Please be so kind to support us by clicking the like button and subscribing to our channel to be notified of all future content. At least this passage has the capacity and the ability to affect every area of life. So I'm reading from Luke 11, 9 and 10, which is consistent with Matthew chapter 7, verses 7 through 9. So reading from Luke 11, verses 9 and 10, Jesus is saying, "And I tell you, ask and it will be given you, seek, you will find, knock and it will be open to you. For everyone who asks receives, he who seeks finds, and to him who knocks it will be opened." Okay. Why this is such a big deal to me, why I feel like an entire episode needs to be dedicated to this tiny little passage here. Jesus is giving us a very clear perspective on how we are to proceed in our prayer lives. And, coming from a business perspective as well, this is critical. He's saying ask, right? Ask, and it will be given you. So let's look at it this way. Many of us go to God, and the deepest we ever get with Him is the concept of asking, right? Simply like you would ask a parent, a friend, a spouse, someone for something, right? And asking often does not take much depth or much time. It's a simple request. And unfortunately, one of the things we find so often among believers is that if the deepest they go is in that asking concept, they are missing so much depth in their relationship with the Lord. And many people, they might ask and things don't happen right away and they just give up. Well, I asked about it, Lord, and you didn't give me what I asked for, so I'm just going to go off and, be rebellious or whatever it is, right? Or they just live in a very discouraged state, feeling small and unheard, right? So again, there's three levels. Asking is a simple request. Seeking, that means taking time to look for a solution, right? I have had times in my life where there were health issues and I got very desperate. And oftentimes it would be as simple as me looking at a YouTube video about like homeopathy or something like that would help, or certain physical therapy, right? I had a major issue with my jaw, and it's called TMJ. I was working in a call center. I'm talking all day and my jaw would lock up. I was in a lot of pain. Saw some YouTube videos on TMJ physical therapy. A couple days later, I was fine because I did what the video said, right? I asked the Lord, please heal this issue. He stirs my heart to go and seek some solutions, right? So much is found on YouTube, like these videos. And then I found a solution, bada bing, bada boom, problem solved a couple days later, right? But sometimes problems are so stubborn, right? Sometimes things are so ugly in our lives that we really need something to change, and that's where we knock, right? It's the idea you're knocking on the door and waiting for someone to answer, someone to grant your request. So again, so many of us, all we ever do is ask, right? And then we kind of sit in this place of, oh, I want to politely sit before the throne of God and ask. And oh, He never answers me, but I want to be this pious religious person. I don't feel like God has time for nonsense like that, right? He sees everybody's heart, but we need to press into going from asking to seeking, and in worst case, knocking, getting the solution to the problems. Being at the throne of God, as Kim Clement would say, shaking the throne of God, right? So basically there are three levels: asking and seeking and knocking. When it comes to business, for those of us who have a kingdom of God mindset, again, are we asking God for the solution? Okay, is that solution coming? Maybe sometimes we need to seek, find some answers. Maybe we need to go to the place of praying, fasting, travailing before the throne of God, right? Seeking the Lord, right? Asking and knocking. Having Him create a scenario that requires us to press into, right? I feel like we get so hung up on trying to just keep it minimal, right? That we don't ever really press into things. And we shouldn't be surprised if we're not even willing to seek for solutions, get alone knocking, saying, I'm going to do a 40-day fast, Lord, because this stubborn issue is really standing between me and the things you've called me to. So I need some clarity. I need to hear you clear. I need to afflict the soul, right? That's what fasting is, the affliction of the soul, so that I can get a clear communication between the two of us. So I know what your heart and your desire is for me to move forward. So anyway, that's it, folks. Ask, seek, knock. Again, Luke 11, 9 and 10. And I'm reading from the Revised Standard Version. So that's my message for today. Anyway, thank you for tuning in to this episode of the KOG Entrepreneur Show. And I do want to remind you all that the kingdom of God is within you always, so go out and be fruitful and multiply. God bless, and we'll see you next time.